My name is Shay White and I am a student at Reno High School. I am creating this video to bring attention to a topic a lot of people are discussing in the modern day. That topic is the dress code. Many people think the dress code is sexist and isn't realistic in terms of the modern day. So I created this video to see, is that really true? First, to talk even about the dress code and their stereotypes. Let's talk about what are the stereotypes the dress code has. Well, there are two. First is the sexism.
The dress code is largely unfair, particularly towards young women. It seems to me that the dress code disproportionately targets girls over boys in terms of the prohibitions on what they can and can't wear.
I have seen all over TikTok experiments people do when a guy dresses in something and a girl dresses in the same thing and the girl gets dress coded, not the guy. So I set out to see if this was really the case at my own school.
I was supposed to wear a crop top to see if the dress code worked. I was walking down the hallway and me and my friend passed the teacher and she just walked past me, and then my friend yelled at her and was like asking why she didn't dress code me, and then she took me down to the office and called my parents and made me change clothes. I feel like they didn't really care as much in the beginning until they got called out on it, and then they were too strict about it.
So, I don't think boys and girls are held to the same standards when it comes to our dress code at school. I've been dress coded before for my skin showing this much, and I've seen boys walk around thinking that they're funny and like making jokes and like pulling their shirts up and stuff, and no one ever says anything to them. So I don't think it's right.
All rules come down to enforcement, and my unscientific perception is that girls tend to be the recipient of more enforcement of the dress code than boys. Certainly boys break the dress code partly because it's not so much a thing anymore, partly because skinny jeans are of fashion now, but pants hanging off young men's rear ends used to be a serious problem, and it largely was not enforced.
No, I have never seen a boy get dress coded. Yes, I have seen boys break the dress code, especially on like spirit weeks and stuff. I've seen boys like wear shirts with like button-up shirts, not buttoned up, with nothing under it, and just walking past teachers, and no one's ever said anything to them.
A big reason why people want the dress code to still exist, even if it is sexist, is because of distraction.
There's definitely the possibility that someone walking in with outlandish clothes or inappropriate clothes could distract both the teaching and the learning in the classroom. But questions like that, and part of punishments for dress code, presuppose that someone can't control their own reactions. Executive function is important development in students, and part of executive function is controlling your emotional state as much as you can based on environmental factors that are out of your control.
There are rules, and people can't just break those rules because they don't like them. But these rules also aren't really realistic in terms of the modern day.
I think as the world changes to a different fashion, that our school dress code should also change.
Some of the language in our dress code specifically seems old to me in terms of modes of fashion that are not modes of fashion anymore. I think a smaller, more agile dress code is probably better, that would help teachers enforce the dress code more.
I do think that there should be a dress code, and the fact that people would probably show up naked to school if there wasn't. But I don't think that we should restrict, be so concerned about what the girls are wearing.
Yeah, for sure there should be some standard. The problem I would imagine for a lot of teachers is the list of violations is so big. Seemingly anything could fit into a dress code violation.
I set out in this video to see whether or not the dress code was realistic in terms of modern day and whether or not it was sexist. Again, I am not going to be telling you that you need to believe a certain way, that it is sexist, or that it isn't realistic in terms of the modern day. That is your decision to make. So I hope you look at this video, you see what you need to. Thank you.